Well, this is nothing new. Big game, must win, NBA playoffs. Philadelphia 76ers lose again, and they choke again. 0 of 11 down the stretch in the fourth quarter for the Sixers. Now Philadelphia down 3-1 against the Knicks, going back to Madison Square Garden, Game 5 on Tuesday night. What is your one-word reaction to the Sixers' Game 4 collapse? For me, typical. Classic. A couple of one words that come to mind for me. You let me know how you're feeling down in the comment section. Let's vent together and let's recap it all. Welcome into Philadelphia 76ers now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. All things considered, I hope you're having a good Monday. I hope your weeks are off to a positive start. If they're not, I totally get it, but at this point, we should be used to this by now. Philadelphia, massive position, opportunity to tie this series up at 2-2. Things were looking pretty good in that first quarter. And then Jalen Brunson went nuclear, and Philadelphia just choked another massive game away. 97-92 the final score, and there's a lot of buzz that we have to unpack and get to here on the show today. Brunson with 47 points, 10 assists, a playoff franchise high for a Knicks organization that hasn't had a lot of playoff success, but has had a lot of iconic players. Thought OG Anunoby was excellent getting downhill. Miles McBride hitting a couple of big threes throughout that game. Another classic thing, too, is that Bogdanović is out. Mitchell Robinson is out. Isaiah Hartenstein in foul trouble, yet Philadelphia still loses this game. And if you look at the numbers, Joel Embiid, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. It all seemed good, but 10 of those points coming in an excellent first quarter for Embiid, in which he was playing stellar defense. He was getting his teammates involved, just dishing out some dimes. Very active on the glass, but then Philadelphia down the stretch could not get a rebound, and Joel Embiid once again missing in that fourth quarter. Tyrese Maxey kind of cool until late in the game, 23 points, but nobody could do anything offensively on those last several possessions. Kelly Oubre came to play the last two games of this series, but all for naught because Philadelphia now going back to MSG, and that place is going to be rocking with an opportunity for the Knicks to punch their ticket to the second round of the playoffs, and yet another early playoff exit looming for Philadelphia. In the fourth quarter, Game 4, these numbers not pretty at all for the Sixers. 16 points for Philly, 20 for the Knicks. What sucks about this is both the Knicks and the Sixers were terrible in the fourth quarter, but the Sixers even more terrible. 6 of 24 from the floor. Knicks only 6 of 21. 1 of 9 from 3. The Knicks 1 of 8. But the Knicks able to force the issue a little bit, getting to the free throw line 11 times. They hit 7 of those free throws. Philadelphia 3 of 5. Couldn't create a lot of opportunities at the line. And that on top of not being able to sink any shots was an issue. And then the rebounding. It was a repeat of Game 1. It was a repeat of what has transpired throughout this entire series. The Knicks are a great rebounding team. And it wasn't for a lack of effort for Philadelphia. Sometimes it was, but they got out-rebounded by 10 just in the fourth quarter, 18-8. And those second chance looks for the Knicks, able to capitalize on those opportunities. And that was it. The fourth quarter numbers here. Joel Embiid, 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. 0 of 5 from the field. He was fatigued and gassed. 0 of 2 from 3. Tyrese Maxey, after a good third quarter, 5 points, no rebounds, 1 assist, 2 of 8, 0 of 2 from 3. Kelly Oubre, 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 of 4, 0 of 1 from 3. Tobias Harris, look at that goose egg. What a joke. And then Kyle Lowry. I love the grittiness. I love the toughness. I want to see the Sixers retain him. But only took 1 shot, 1 point, 2 rebounds, no assists. It looked like players on the Sixers were scared to shoot the basketball. And the Knicks on the glass here, in all of their wins in this series so far. Game 1, 23 offensive rebounds, 26 second chance points. Game 2, 12 offensive rebounds, 12 second chance points. And then game 4, 15 offensive rebounds, 21 second chance points. We're going to look back at the series if the Sixers lose, and I think they're done. I don't think they're going to win 3 straight games against New York. We're going to look at that as the difference right there. And then NBA University putting salt in the wound here. The Knicks are up 3-1, but have only a plus 4 point differential on the series. They are plus 38 on second chance points. The Knicks have completely and utterly dominated the glass, winning extra possessions has been the difference in this series. That's why New York is up 3-1 right now. In the fourth quarter of Game 4, the Knicks scored 20 points. More than half of those were second chance points. We're doing the watch party yesterday, and we're like, oh my gosh, the Sixers cannot get a rebound. And this is without Mitchell Robinson playing at all, and Isaiah Hartenstein, who picked up 5 of his fouls in that third quarter, did not play in the fourth. It was Precious Achiuwa. So the Knicks doing this without a true center on the floor. And the struggles with Embiid also continue, and this has just been so consistent throughout his entire career, not having enough help. And again, he's also not playing well at the end of games. But in 33 minutes without Embiid on the floor, the Sixers in this series, a minus 39, and they're 16 of 60 from the floor, 26.6%. He did not sit at all in that second half. That's a bad strategy from Nick Nurse. And he said, Embiid told me he felt good, he wanted to play. Just look at the numbers, man. He's been terrible in fourth quarters because he's worn down. You have to give him a breather in the third and the fourth. I get it. You as a coach, you're scared about losing the non-Embiid minutes because you know that the plus minus and the point production has been awful. But you can win that game if he's a little bit more energized down the stretch because he can take advantage of Precious Achiuwa being on the floor. Numbers without Embiid. Paul Reed, you want to say if the Knicks are the easier opponent? Do something. Maxey, Batum, Harris, Hield, Oubre, Payne, Lowry. Everybody struggling to a great degree. So we have another question for the audience. Let's hear from you down in the comment section. Your number one reason the Sixers are down 3-1. For me, second chance opportunities. It's you getting out physicaled and out rebounded. Join the conversation down in the comment section right now. Join the PrizePicks movement as well, our sponsor for today's show. And if you love playing PrizePicks, hop on board the PrizePicks train. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. You pick 2 or more players. You choose more or less on their projected stats, and you can win up to 25 times your money. Get a $100 deposit match at prizepicks.com/CLNS. You put in $100, you get $100 back, $200 to play with, and you can withdraw your winnings all within the app as well. It's so easy. The selections that we like for this Monday slate of hoops, LeBron James, more than 26.5 points. Bam Adebayo, more than 19.5 points, and Jalen Williams more than 5 dimes. Win big money, withdraw your winnings, pick more, pick less. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Sign up today. Where does Philadelphia go from here? Embiid said, I have confidence that we can win 3 games in a row. Tyrese Maxey, we've dealt with a lot of adversity this year. I think that we can win 3 games in a row. You haven't won on the road. You now have to win 2 games on the road. And if things go awry, if the series even comes back, Game 6, you're going to have a Philadelphia fan base that's going to boo you and a Knicks organization that is feeling the momentum. And because of that and the sound culture that they have, the fan base is feeling it. Knicks fans took over the Wells Fargo Center in Game 3 and in Game 4. Audible cheers for the Knicks, making their way on the broadcast and obviously in person. And you had Knicks fans in the concourse chanting F Embiid. Now, I know Embiid always comes up with excuses, right, for why the Sixers lose. It's a joke. And it's all because of Sixers ownership being a joke as well. Josh Harris trying to maximize every single dollar. They put all of these tickets on all of these external sites because they're trying to sell the joint out. and milk as many ticket sales as they can so they give and gift wrap these tickets to Knicks fans, knowing that they're going to come down from New York. It's an easy trip down I-95. They can hop on the Amtrak, and they don't care about anything but the bottom line. We have an owner here who owns the Sixers, owns the Commanders, owns the New Jersey Devils, owning rival teams for Philadelphia teams. He is unlike a Howie Roseman and a Jeff Lurie tandem who do everything they can to improve their team and love the fan base and love the culture. They're unlike Dave Dombrowski and the Philadelphia Phillies, who have been all in the last couple of years, sell Citizens Bank Park out to the point where it's the best atmosphere in Major League Baseball, but the Sixers continue to be a loser joke of an organization, and they're not going to win anything big unless they change the culture. Now, that's a rant from me. Where does Philly go from here? Chip, you can rant as well. Table's yours, my man.
Look, this series, we said it, it's all but over. I'm as optimistic as they come when it comes to the Sixers every year, year in, year out. You want to tell me, it's not over yet? 3-1, they can win 3 straight. I don't believe it, right? So now looking forward, because I think the series is over. How does this team get better? How does this team finally make that run that they've been unable to make since before I was born in 2001? I was not alive the last time this team made a conference finals. Think about that.
It's crazy.
So where do they go? I will say they are positioned better than some of these other teams that consider themselves contenders that are going to have early exits. The Lakers, the Suns, for example. A couple teams that had championship aspirations that are going to be stuck really with what they can do. You have Embiid, you have Maxey, right? You have your superstar, and really you have your second superstar, in my opinion. But what do you have outside of that? It's going to be a very important offseason. And, making that James Harden trade, a lot of that when Morey made that was not just for this year, but for this offseason.
Yep.
But man, this team has to get better and they have to get tougher, more physical. They got to bring in guys. I think you could tell this series, they just got punked.
Yeah.
They got punked. And look, it's a bad matchup. The Knicks are one of the best offensive teams in the league, one of the most physical teams in the league. They're going to beat you up. They're going to wear you down. And that's a bad matchup for somebody like Joel Embiid, who's coming off the injury, for a smaller guard like Tyrese Maxey. But man, they got it with all this cap space they're going to have. With only having Embiid, Paul Reed, and they will re-sign Maxey under his restricted free agency. Only those 3 are guaranteed to come back. They got to figure some stuff out. I would like Lowry back. I would have liked Melton back, but if he can't stay healthy, who knows?
Yeah, no.
Where do they go from here? They've got to figure it out because it's, again, another year of wasting Joel Embiid's prime and wasting his talent.
Yeah, and it's a loaded free agency class. LeBron James can opt out. Paul Reed can be a free agent. Kevin Durant might want out from the Phoenix Suns. You get one of those players, and I know that I've said you might not need that third star. LeBron James doesn't need to really be a primary ball handler anymore. If he wants to win a championship, Philadelphia gives him a great opportunity. Will he leave the Lakers? I think he's looking at the Warriors. He's looking at the Miami Heat as better chances to win a title. But from a basketball standpoint, I would love that. Paul George in Game 3 against the Mavs was terrible. And then in Game 4, he comes out, great two-way player. Clips win a must-win game. The fadeaway 3 in the corner from the angle where he had to loft it over the backboard. That's the type of shot making and the playmaking that he would give you. And I think that you might need that. And I'm with you. I'd like to see Kyle Lowry back. Campaign. If those are your backup point guards, I'm totally cool with that. In addition to Tyrese Maxey, because they're not going to cost all that much. But this offseason, man, it's going to be fascinating. And Tobias Harris has just killed them the last 5 years. He's just killed them the last 5 years. And if they had a better third option, the possibilities that this team could have had in Joel Embiid's prime just would have been so much greater. So do the Sixers still have a chance to win this series? Is there anybody who believes? Y for yes, N for no. We'll be back Tuesday for a watch party. That's why you subscribe and lock us in, and we'll be here every step of the offseason. Also why you subscribe.